Welcome back. A recent survey revealed that 94% of us are looking for food options with a longer shelf life. And at least once a week, frozen foods have bailed out almost 77% of us during that last minute what's for dinner conversation. My guest today is Chef Jamie Gwen, and she joins me now with her go to quick meals for families on the go. Hi, Jamie.
Audrey, so glad to be back with you. Thank you. I love being bailed out, just so you know, for the record, by the frozen food aisle because I am a fan and I love statistics. I love what you mentioned. There is this most recent survey that's fascinating to me by the National Frozen and Refrigerated Foods Association that says 73% of parents with a child under the age of 17 living at home say that the time after school and before dinner is the most hectic time rather in their household. So talk about bailing out. It's March Frozen Food Month to the rescue.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like going to that freezer and being able to pull out something to cook. Frozen foods are obviously helping to create healthy meals. What are some of your tips when it comes to shopping for frozen foods?
Sure, of course. I love the word easy. It's lovely, isn't it? And I love that you said it because I think for those that might not have embraced the frozen food aisle yet, March is the month to do so. But to look at how progressive, how far the frozen food section has come. Frozen foods are convenient. They simplify meal prep. And as a professional chef, I can tell you if someone else does the peeling and chopping, I am very, very happy. So save time in the kitchen, explore the frozen food aisle, and you'll see that a lot of the work can be done for you. March being frozen food month is the perfect time because the deals are really, really good. But I'll also mention to you, I think it's a time to explore, right? Because there's so many ethnic flavors. There's so many fabulous, high quality items in the frozen food section.
Well, that makes it easy, right? Definitely. So it's not just frozen meals that you can get, but you can actually buy frozen vegetables that can turn into meals.
Exactly. And so here's the thing, Audrey, when the frozen food industry began 40 years ago, we're celebrating 40 years this month. Um, they were just meals, like you said, right? Compartments all put together. Today, if you buy frozen berries in the frozen food section, they are flash frozen. And that technology has been around for a while, but it is better than ever. So today's flash freezing technology means that they're picking the produce at the peak of freshness. They're locking in all those beneficial nutrients. The food stays fresher longer. You get a longer shelf life and ultimately less waste, which is wonderful. But you also get the best value. So my Brussels sprouts, already cleaned, cut, and halved, come from the frozen food section. That's where I get my Brussels sprouts, and they're in my freezer right now. I love that the frozen food aisle has become so progressive that expert chefs, friends of mine, are designing and developing recipes for big companies. I think what's most important to remember is that frozen food is real food, real ingredients. It's a great shortcut, as you alluded to many times, for prep. It's a great meal replacement if you don't have time to make a chicken dish and put it on the table. And then it's a great way to taste new things, which I love.
So, Jamie, share some of the new recipes to help families plan cost effective meals using things from their own freezer.
You know I wouldn't come without new recipes. All of these recipes are new, they're mine, and I'm very proud of them. And they fit every lifestyle, as does the frozen food section. So whether you eat plant-based or vegan, if you're going lean and clean, if you're protein packed, you'll find all of those things in the frozen food section. One of the things I love about the freezer aisle is that its heat and eat options are great as well. So this is a breakfast board that I like to put out, something that I love so that I can pour a second cup of coffee and sit down myself. But you can feed a crowd on a board or a platter or a tray with waffles, multi-grain options of pancakes of every flavor, sausage and biscuit sandwiches, burritos, and more. And then I add a personal touch by making two homemade sauces, my creamy chipotle sauce and a homemade blueberry syrup or a berry syrup using frozen berries. And I'll tell you, This is the most leisurely, lovely Sunday breakfast board ever. Now for dinner, this is a one-pan wonder. My roasted pierogies with caramelized onions and Brussels sprouts are made in one pan, and it's hearty and it's delicious, and my son loves it. Mediterranean inspired. This is for the protein lovers. I love cauliflower gnocchi from the frozen food section. If you haven't had them, you have to try them. I mixed them with my favorite turkey meatballs. I made a homemade creamy tomato sauce. And I'll tell you, it is out of this world delicious, and the leftovers are fabulous. This is my newest addiction. I have a thing for Asian food. I crave it. And so I took two things that I love. I love the concept of a lettuce wrap, and I filled it with orange chicken. Doesn't get any better than that. A homemade sauce, some fresh scallions on top, and you really have a delicious lunch or dinner that comes together in no time. And then last but not least, something sweet, of course. This is my blueberry trifle cup. It's all about balance and texture. So you've got this homemade blueberry compote. You've got pie dough from the freezer section that gets cinnamon sugared, baked off, and crumbled. So you've got great crunch. And then you've got Cool Whip on top, and you layer them and store them in the fridge. They're a make ahead. You pull them out when you're ready for dessert. They only get better with time. And then don't tell anybody, but the next morning I eat the leftovers for breakfast.
Oh, I love the frozen food aisle. Where can we go for more recipes?
EasyHomeMeals.com. EasyHomeMeals.com. All the recipes that I mentioned are posted there now, so please steal them, make them, call them your own, and explore the frozen food aisle. There's really fabulous stuff, truly.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, guys, you'll never look at the frozen food aisle the same. I got to tell you, Jamie's given us some great tips, so check out that website. Jamie, thanks so much for joining me.
Audrey, thank you for having me back. Thank you, thank you.
You're watching Talk with Audrey. Insightful, intelligent, and inspiring conversations and information to help you improve the quality of your life. It's all about the business of living.